Hey, what's up? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SimplyPodLogical, a simply Nailogical podcast. Ow. Monkey Boy is here. Zyler, our little chunky beast, our barfy boy. I feel like we need to give a little bit. Well, today we're doing a cat psychopathy test because every cat owner knows this. There are times where you wonder if your cat is a psychopath.
Yes, and we've already wondered that question about ourselves. So we took a psychopathy test of some form in the past, and now we're going to administer one for cats to our cats.
So this was developed by so thank you to the person who tweeted this to us. Yeah, it's developed by these researchers that I guess study human abnormal antisocial behavior, but I think they're a bunch of cat owners and they observed how they had different perspectives on how their cats embody the same type of abnormal or antisocial behaviors. So they developed this tool. I think, like they published it, but I think it's, it's for fun.
They're doing great work.
They're doing great,
Much
very
respect,
important
mad
research.
props, shout out to the researchers administering, and coming up with actuarial tools to assess the level of psychopathy in our pets. We all want to know, we're caring pet parents.
Yeah.
And I think Zyler knows exactly what's going on. That's why he's warming up to you. He's sucking up. He's being a cute little button because he doesn't want us to actually think he's a psycho. See what I'm saying? It's a strategic mindset. He's being charming right now.
Yes, that's right. So an update on Barfy Boy. I feel like we should
Stop calling him Barbie Boy.
Well, Zyler has been throwing up lately, and this was concerning to us. Some people who follow you on socials, Cristine, may know that.
On stream, I think I talked about it.
You talked about it on stream, and I know you posted when we were taking him to the vet the other day. But yeah, Zyler's getting a little bit older. He's 13, almost 14, I think, right? Yeah, teenage years for a cat.
I'm old too.
Yeah, he has dirty teeth. We might need to get clean soon, but we were a little concerned about him throwing up. We've been taking him to the vet. Everything looks all right. Apparently, we hear his health is good.
We're just being proactive, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
You should do that.
Apparently, he just likes food so much that when he thinks about food, he starts thinking he's eating food in his head already, and his stomach is like creating bile and stomach acid, and then he just ends up throwing up like the stomach acid of in anticipation of eating.
Of getting food, yeah. And then sometimes he eats so fast because he's like so ravenous about the food that he throws up his food.
Yes.
And then he tries to eat that, which we normally try and clean up before that happens. But he's very food motivated.
We need is your cat disgusting test.
Yes.
Anyway, so we'll link people down below to the article about this test or the test itself. But let's just jump right into it, Christine.
This is recent, right? Yeah, early December. That's when it became news that this questionnaire was available.
Yeah, so it's a series of 46 questions where you say that if the statement does or does not describe your cat, and then at the end it will give you a score that tells you how unfriendly your pet is to other people or pets, their boldness. There's a few sort of metrics or dimensions which it will give you a score for. We're going to answer for both Zyler and Menchie. See which cat is more psycho.
I wonder. It's a big mystery.
All right, the first few questions are kind of presume you might let your cat outside, so we might just knock out these first few quickly, okay?
So are we just assuming that if we were to let Zyler outside, this is how we think he would behave? Probably. I think that's how we need to answer it,
and we've taken
right?
them out on leashes and stuff before, but yeah, let's just get into it. So question 1, or statement 1, my cat explores dangerous places, for example, gardens of rival cats or very high places. Does this describe our cat not at all, slightly well, moderately well, very well, or extremely well? Those will be the options for every statement.
I think very well for Zyler, because even at home, like, he will go into higher places, but he's usually pretty good at deciding it's dangerous and then being like, never mind. But he does explore. He
certainly likes the high ground. He likes to be perched up and look down upon his inferior subjects.
Yes, he is the king of all kingdom.
Yeah, it's like Simba.
You put 5? I put 4.
Oh, so you said very well. Sorry, not extremely well.
Yeah, and for Menchie...
So dangerous places, no, but she does like her heights
And she's kind of dumb, so she explores them for different reasons.
Yeah, I would say it's not out of boldness from her. It's out of a
Stupidity.
lack of awareness of how dangerous it could. Like she ended up at the top of our closet one time.
Yeah.
We still don't know how she got.
She's like
She
Spider-Man.
could, like I don't understand how she could have jumped up there. It's like
She couldn't
it's
have
like
gotten
8 feet
down.
high. Yeah, we had to
Like,
rescue
we
her
picked
from the
Right,
closet.
because she's kind of dumb. But I guess, I would say 4, although it's for different reasons.
The example of the gardens of rival cats. Like, so if we introduce Zyler to another pet or another cat, he wouldn't back down. I don't think he'd be
put
like,
up a fight.
This is
This is mine now, bitch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Menchie, on the other hand, is noping.
Gone.
She's out of
Run.
there,
Yeah.
terrified. So maybe Menchie's like a 2.
3. Or 3? Okay, fine, 2.
I'm gonna say 2.
Okay, 2.
All right. Number 2, my cat explores new places. Zyler, yeah.
Yeah.
He likes
5,
going places. He likes
absolutely.
exploring new places.
Menchie, I don't think so. Like, she's always, even if we kind of open the door to outside, she is not interested.
Well, we've taken her to like relatives' homes sometimes.
Yeah, she's not interested in exploring.
Well, there's
She
some
wants to
nuance
stay
here.
under the bed.
She'll literally hide and no one will see her for hours. She'll find a couch she can hide under a lot of the
So
time.
I would put 1.
So I think she's a 1.
Not at all.
But the interesting thing
She's like
about
me.
her, she takes after her mother in social
Not
situations. She
interested. I'll
disappears.
stay home.
But you know what's funny? When we've done this, so we're staying at a relative's house. Well, I'll go to bed at night, and she's still hiding somewhere. But at night, she creeps around and checks everything out. So it's like she needs
But
everyone.
only when she thinks it's safe.
Exactly.
So I don't think that's what the question is.
No. But people might find this interesting because like I think it's hilarious that she'll wait for everyone to leave and then she'll just do the rounds of the place,
Like
look in
me.
every room. Is that
Like,
you?
that's what I would do. I want to explore, but when no one's looking.
And she has like a unique meow when she's doing this. Yeah.
It always sounds like there's a question mark after it.
It's like this forlorn. Yeah, it sounds really sad. Eh? All right, number 3, my cat seems unaware of danger. So Menchie is extremely unaware of danger.
But Zyler's very aware. Remember one time there was a fire alarm at the condo and we took him outside. This is before Menchie's time.
Yeah.
And he was very aware of the streets. He was on high alert.
So where he knows the streets.
Well, like the cars in the street. Like you could tell, like he knew that was danger. So because he's smart.
Yeah. But so he's aware of danger, but he's still brave. So 4, he's just very aware of danger. He's smart.
Yeah, but it says makes risky jumps. I don't think Zyler does that.
He's calculating.
He's
maybe just a 3. Let's put him in the middle, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can hear him purring.
I know what you're talking about. There was a fire alarm at the old condo that happened like every month in that building, by the way.
Well, that was the test. Yes. They test them monthly.
I feel like those weren't scheduled.
Oh,
I
okay.
think,
The one where we actually had to evacuate. Yes, those aren't
yeah,
tests.
the sensitivity of the fire alarm at the building we used to live in, like, yeah, we'd have to leave all the time. Anyway, but yeah, we went out one time and there's like one of those street sweepers
Yeah, he was scared.
that just happened to be going by as we came out, and yeah, he freaked out at that.
Yeah.
All right, 4, my cat climbs very high. I think Menchie is the extreme for this.
yeah.
Menchie will go as high as she possibly can.
Well, she's younger, a little more nimble.
Zyler wants to be like perched up and look down on things, but I don't get the sense he is trying to reach the peak.
So 3.
Okay. 5, my cat sits in high places, on top of the sofa, top of the stairs.
I think that's true of both
That's
of them.
very true of Zyler.
They always want to sit on like a booster chair or, as elevated as possible.
All right, extreme for both. 6, my cat chases other cats out of the residence garden. So we'll have to be a little creative with this one. Yeah.
Zyler, absolutely.
Hypothetically, Zyler would.
Zyler would own the garden.
Menchie would not.
No, she would lose. She would not be planting any tomatoes.
My cat enjoys exploring outdoors. So
Zyler, yes.
He thinks he does, but once you actually let him out there, we'll take him on a leash. He very quickly realizes, I think he wants the freedom of being able to choose more than he actually wants to be out there.
Well, he goes outside and then, he feels the sun for 5 minutes and he's like,
Take me back
it's
to
too
my
hot.
luxury.
Take me back to my air conditioning.
Exactly. All right, but I mean, let's say he's a 4.
Yeah.
Menchie, we've tried to.
She will not go outside.
No.
She is an introvert.
Yeah, does not describe my cat at all. My cat ventures far from the residence. All right, so I don't think we could just really answer this one at all,
This is hard
except
to
to
know
sort
for
of just
sure.
reflect the answers we've already given, which is
I put
Zyler
4 in one,
would.
yeah.
9, my cat regularly hunts small creatures.
Like living creatures?
Well,
Or like a little mousey?
they do like their little mouse, especially Menchie.
It's a stuffed mousey. We have stuffed mousies for Menchie.
Yeah, like ever since she was a kitten, we've had these toys of hers that she really likes.
Yeah.
And she does. There's like a hunter instinct that really kicks
Put
in
a
with
mousey
her.
in your shoe, and if you cross me, I'll bury you.
And like sometimes we'll catch her at a window, and I guess there's like a bird or something out there, and she'll do that like
cackle.
chattering. That doesn't sound like it at all. I don't know. So I think Menchie would hunt
I think
small
she
creatures
would,
like
yeah.
like very well. Zyler, I don't think he's so interested. It's
He
beneath.
doesn't
It's
care.
beneath,
It's beneath him. He would
like-
use Menchie to hunt the creatures, and then he would steal
Take
it from
her food?
Menchie. Yeah, he's like the CEO, and she's the worker. You know.
What? Okay. Yeah, but honestly, I do feel like he's like, yeah, just feed me. Like hunt for my food. Work. Come
Yeah,
on,
fuck
look
that.
past that.
It's beneath me. No labor.
So yeah, it does not describe Zyler. 10, my cat torments their prey rather than killing it. Does
Okay,
Menchie
well.
torment her mousies? She used to.
She throws them up in the air, like with her mouth. She goes and
Yeah.
throws them up.
Remember, she used to drown them. We used to have
she
to
drowns them in her
constantly.
water.
We used to have to constantly take her toys out of the
Yeah.
water dish.
You're right.
That is an instinct of drowning prey, right?
I think
Must
so.
be what it
Yeah.
is.
Scared of her.
Well, again, Menchie 4. Yeah,
Menchie's turning out to be the little psycho
pretty
we
psycho.
didn't know.
Maybe Menchie's more of a psycho than
I
Zyler.
don't know.
I guess we're finding out. Okay, 11. My cat dominates the neighborhood cats, chases them, picks fights with them.
Zyler 100% would hypothetically.
Again, Zyler would,
and
Menchie
Menchie
absolutely would
not. She'd be like, I'm staying home.
So they've met one of the neighborhood cats because we had a guy over doing some work at our house, and he thought he accidentally left Zyler out.
So he picked up a
So he
neighbor's
picked
cat
up another
and put it
orange
inside our
cat
house.
and brought it into our home. And I remember I thought I was hallucinating because I look over and there's 2 orange cats just staring at each other.
Yeah, but they didn't interact.
I intervened very quickly,
Yeah.
but Zyler was not backing down from that cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. 12, my cat is aggressive towards those neighborhood cats.
Zyler would. He
be.
would hiss.
And again, Menchie
Menchie
is
would be too scared.
disappearing. 13, okay, so a new block of questions. My cat needs constant stimulation.
Not constant.
I wouldn't say this is
Neither of them
true
I mean,
either.
they took a nap for 7 hours the other day.
That was a very long nap. I was starting to,
That was my longest stream.
that sort of misrepresents how often they normally sleep, I would say.
I don't think it's that out of the ordinary. Unless, like, if we interrupt them, like right now, we just interrupted their schedule because we were here and they're like, we need to know what's going on.
Yeah.
But if we don't do that and we're just sitting in the same spot, I do feel like they can sleep for 7 hours doing nothing. We just may not really know.
Oh, sure, they're
this.
capable. But I guess what we noticed when we were streaming them sleeping, and you had said, like, let's just keep streaming until they wake up. I guess through a normal course of the day, I and you, I think, are more likely to just, like, quickly say hello to them and interact with them in a way that I think gives them a reason to get up.
So we annoy them.
And we sort of felt the need to sort of just let them sleep because we were seeing how long they would sleep for the
It was a
stream
test.
to end. Yeah.
And we did annoy them at the end by luring them with treats.
Yeah.
Had we not done that, would Menchie have slept for 12 hours?
That's a really good question. It makes me wonder, like, if without any interruption, would they normally just sleep?
This is a new research
8, 9
question.
hours? Let's see if you can
Let's
break
try
the
that
record.
on the next stream. 12-hour stream.
I will say, though, Menchie is a little more independent in a way because Zyler, even though he doesn't constantly need stimulation, when he does, he doesn't really give you a choice.
Yeah, he
He's
shoves
like-
his head under your arm.
Yeah, he's like, I'm sitting on you now.
I am here
Pay
now.
attention to me. Yes.
Touch my head.
Touch me. And like, you'll touch him, and then you'll do that for 30 seconds, and he'll like decide, like, no, stop touching me. I'm done with your touching. So neither of them moderately well
like
for
3
both.
and 3? Yeah.
14, my cat vocalizes loudly.
That's Zyler.
Yeah, do you want to give us a little? So this is Zyler. What is he saying when he's doing that, Cristine?
What the fuck, bitch? Where's my food?
Okay, and what about Menchie?
She goes,
Not often. I like her breathy meow is the best. What do we think that means? It's usually just in the morning.
she's trying
Maybe
to be
she's
quiet.
just tired.
She's polite.
Yeah,
She
she's
hasn't had her
polite.
tea yet.
But she'll often do these meows where like just the breath comes out, no noise. So slightly well for
They're
Menchie.
both loud. No, but she's loud too when we're, when
But
we have
she's just-
treats or anytime we're by the kitchen drawer with treats.
Yeah, but
she's
every
constantly
cat's meowing when you're about to give them food,
Even
right?
when we're not about to, we're just standing there. She's always like,
She'll like squawk. It's kind of like we've trained her. Like she knows. Yeah, she knows the way we like her meowing. It
Yeah.
rewards her. 15, my cat is very excitable. Goes into overdrive and gets uncoordinated. Are they uncoordinated? Zyler has
I
been
think
the past.
Menchie, because she's kind of clumsy. Like if you get her really excited about a treat, she could easily like fall off a chair.
Yeah, that is good. I might give Menchie a 4 for that one. Zyler is very excited,
still smart,
food
like-
motivated, but yeah, he's
But
calculated.
he doesn't. So when we go to feed them or when there's treats, Menchie will be like irrationally like screaming, even though we're about to give her food and it's very obvious. And Zyler will just sit there to not waste his
Yeah.
energy because he knows that Menchie's doing the work for the begging and he knows how predictable we are that the next thing we're going to do is lay down his dish. So he conserves his energy when it's not needed and he uses Menchie.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just give Zyler maybe a 2 for
Yeah.
that one. And with Menchie too, there's also in the middle of the night sometimes we'll hear her get, I guess with dogs you call it zoomies, but like she'll just be bouncing around all over the place. And it's like really strange. Like we don't really see that behavior out of her, but occasionally it will be like 2 a.m. We just hear like scratch, 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 and just bounce off the wall, bang
You
into
hear
some
like
furniture.
a cardboard box get thrown across the floor.
16, my cat demands attention, taps people with their paw to play.
Zyler was doing this before we sat
Like
down.
30 seconds before filming, Zyler is just touching my
Smacking
mouth
your
with his
face.
paws. Yeah, he is a 5 faux show. Menchie, does she demand attention?
Sometimes she'll come up to you, but she'll be more like, please. Put her at a 3.
A 3? Yeah. Okay. 17, my cat walks on, sits on items I am trying to use. All right, Menchie is very guilty of this. I
So
would
is
say.
Zyler. He always tries to sit on your lap and you have to move your laptop every day.
It's true. I have terrible posture because of the cats.
Posture.
So they're both high on this one.
They're both 5.
4s. Yeah.
5.
5?
5. They will sit on anything.
That we're trying to use. 18, my cat seeks proximity, calls to see where people are, follows room to room.
Yes.
Yeah, they are both.
Stage 5 clingers.
Zyler is more clingy, I would say. Every night, Zyler needs to cuddle with you every night. That is his routine. And I feel like he's only gotten more affectionate in his old age.
He is my first man.
Thank you. Also, it's been, I guess we didn't note this at the beginning. We had to give him these like anti-anxiety meds to go to the vet to calm him down because he really doesn't want strangers touching him. And yeah, we've been really coddling him the last 2 days because
He's such a baby.
yeah, but because he takes these drugs that just have made him super docile. But
He's fine now. He's back to normal, obviously, or else he wouldn't be jumping up on the table.
yeah, but it was very sweet to see him just sort of passed out on you the last 2 days. So they're both high on this one.
Yeah.
Let's say 4. 19, my cat meows incessantly if left alone and will follow people around the residence meowing.
Not incessantly,
No.
but I would say like they do, and they have been worried when we leave because we can check on the cameras if we ever leave, like 3 times in a year, as it has been. If we leave for extended periods, you will see them sitting by the front door, sitting by the places of entrance where they think we're going to come back, and occasionally they might meow. But I think it's more based on where they physically are that shows me that they're worried and looking for us.
Yeah, but their ability to sleep 7 hours in a day. I guess, does it count when they're sleeping? Zyler, if we leave the house, he'll often be like waiting by the
And then
door
he'll be
when
meowing.
we come back.
He'll be like, "Where were you?"
Yeah, like angry. But I feel like they're kind of landing in the middle here because they're a weird mix of like when they're independent, sleeping on their own, they're fine.
I would give Zyler a 4 and
4?
Menchie a 3 because I think
Okay, 4 and
Zyler's more vocally active about our choices.
Okay. 20, my cat runs around the house for no apparent reason. So
Menchie, yeah.
she doesn't do it often, but when she does it, it's pretty wild.
It's the entire house.
So she's at least a 4 for that one. Zyler, he's getting older, losing some
put it
muscle
2.
mass in his
Because sometimes
hind
he
legs.
does.
Yeah. Like he still knows like he can run shit if he needs to.
He prances around the house like a boss, not run. He doesn't need to run.
He's kind of like that like alpha male lion that like doesn't need to show how strong and fast he is.
He's
But
walking a catwalk.
if he had to, he could, 21, my cat is highly sociable with people. So Zyler to the extreme, Menchie is like 0.0.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we know this is because of their childhood, right?
Yeah.
Zyler, you got Zyler in second year university.
It's all socialization.
It totally, and I would to anyone who is thinking about adopting a pet, especially if you're adopting them as a kitten.
Yeah.
Yeah, the interactions they have in those first few months or year of their life could be hugely determine the kind of personality.
So you
they're
want to
gonna have.
introduce them to their peers, other pets, that would be safe to introduce them to, obviously.
Sure.
And then other people too. Also, when it is safe to introduce people to other humans. But yeah,
but we do
normal
have the polar
circumstances.
opposites with Menchie and Zyler. We think mostly because of that. Like some of that just might be sort of inherent to the personality of an animal or due to.
Yeah, but a lot of it can be shaped. It's not completely determined by like people have stereotypes about orange cats or whatever. And I don't think that's always true. It depends on how they were raised and their own unique personality, whatever they were going to become.
Yeah, so Zyler grew up in a house where
frat
there were
house.
like house parties every weekend.
There was like random people over all the time. There was 6 of us who lived there total, but people were always in and out. And he just became very brave, very eager to see new people be picked up by whoever without knowing that person was like a source of comfort. I think he learned early on that it was always me. Because, like, I would keep him locked in my room when he was a kitten, obviously, and his litter box was in my room. So he began to associate me as, like, the core foundation he could trust. But he was also seeing so many people all the time for the first few years of his life. And I do think that makes him totally cool when someone new comes over and he goes to sniff them and just wants to check it out.
Yeah, whereas we got Menchie when you were, like, head,
In my
neck
thesis.
deep in thesis, but then that transitioned straight into YouTube of like us not really having much of a social life at all and you just working like 18 hours a day.
And no one came over anymore. Well, we lived in a small
Like,
condo. It
other
wasn't
than
a party
maybe
house.
Jen and a few like family members or very close friends, she would have met like almost nobody.
one, yeah.
So now like I'll walk into the hahouse with a strange object or I haven't taken
garbage
my
bag.
shoes off yet. And she's like, that just shatters her,
Like,
her
oh
self-concept.
my God, it's a bag. Run.
Yeah. Okay, 22. My cat pesters people when they want something, meows, tap for food, room access, attention.
Yes, both of them.
Both of them? Zyler more than
Zyler
Menchie.
more. Okay, 5 and 4.
5 and 4. 23. My cat is easily distracted. They'll start meowing at what appears to be nothing.
I don't think Zyler's distracted. I think he's very deliberate.
Yes. So he scores low for this. Menchie is the type to just like walk up to a wall,
And be
a
like,
blank wall,
"Hello?"
look at it and start meowing, right? So maybe she's like a 4 for that one. Yeah. They're very different, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. 24. My cat is curious. Watches things from the window, checks who arrives when the doorbell rings. I mean,
Zyler.
they both are very curious for completely different reasons because Menchie comes out of like an anxiety.
Yeah, but Menchie
concern.
is more scared than curious. If she hears something, she doesn't go up to it. She runs the other direction. So I think Zyler is curious. Menchie is apprehensive.
But she's very, when I think of these examples of like watching things, needing to know who arrives, like she does absolutely have that curiosity, but she's curious so she knows if she needs to run away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I
You don't
think she
that's
would
the point of the
avoid it
question?
first. Yeah.
Okay, so Zyler is like extremely curious. Menchie still has to score pretty high on this one.
Maybe 3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay. 25, my cat doesn't learn from experience. Will continue to perform a behavior that is dangerous, harmful.
Definitely not Zyler.
No,
Zyler will learn from experience.
Brilliant. Hanging out with Zyler is like going to a Mensa meeting.
He's Einstein. Einstein? Einstein?
Einstein.
I'm like, the Berenstein Bears thing is fucking me
Brett
up.
Einstein. Jeffrey Einstein.
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 Menchie's kind of dumb.
Menchie's pretty dumb. No offense, Menchie. We love you. She's a 4. 26, my cat disobeys house rules. For example, walks on the worktop table, climbs the curtains, runs away when called. I'll say Zyler is smart and strategic about things, so he knows when to sort of walk that line. So I think he's less likely to break rules, whereas Menchie is a bit of a dum-dum and will just do whatever she wants, and it's almost like she doesn't realize we're mad at her for it, right? Like, she'll walk on the counter and we're acting like, Menchie, get down, and she looks at us like she has no idea. But like, does she not know we don't want her to do that, you think?
I think she knows, and then she doesn't care.
She just doesn't care?
Yeah.
Okay. So do they both disobey house rules?
Yeah, they both
Let's
disobey.
be honest. Okay, let's say they're a 4 for both. Oh yeah, we were talking about you. We tried, we had read somewhere that a way of getting your cat to stop jumping on like your kitchen counter, and something that comes up is putting tinfoil everywhere you don't want them to walk on. And we tried that for a bit, and it had a few like hilarious results, like a few times when they tried it and they jump on the foil and they just freak the fuck out. But I think the idea is you do that for a while, they start fearing that it's always there and they stop. But for us, like, we'd left it there a long time, but as soon as we took it away, they just knew they could jump up there again.
And who wants to coat their entire kitchen counter in tinfoil and like leave that there?
Yeah, exactly. Just coat your... Okay, 27. My cat is undeterred by punishment. Will repeat behaviors they've been scolded for. So that's true of both of them. None of them have ever really...
Listen to us.
Yeah, and it's like Zyler gets it for sure.
Temporarily, I think they do. Like, if you yell enough at Zyler for something, he kind of knows. Like, when I'm watching Menchie finish eating, and I know that Zyler's on her heels and ready to come, trying to take her food. If I go, no, and I stand right there, he backs up. He knows that I'm mad.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
But if
wrong.
we're not there, and he doesn't think he's going to get caught, he will proceed.
We don't really punish our cats, though. You try to reward them through positive reinforcement, right?
Mm-hmm. Like treats for doing the right thing.
Okay. So they kind of are. Like,
yeah.
Maybe Zyler less so than... Zyler's a 3, Menchie's like a 4.
Okay.
28, my cat damages things. Furniture, pushes objects off of surfaces.
That's Menchie.
Menchie is way more guilty of this, I would say.
Smack something off the counter.
And she'll look
I've
at you.
filmed her do that like a few times.
Yeah. Okay, so Menchie's like a 5 for that. Well, 4?
Zyler doesn't really destroy things. I don't think he has a motive to destroy things. I think Menchie's kind of like, this looks fun, and then fuck something up.
All right, let's say a 2 for Zyler.
Yeah.
29, my cat steals food, drinks from people or pets. Zyler is very food motivated.
Menchie used to share in my cereal dishes.
You very much let her do that.
But I kind of let her because I thought it was cute.
It's pretty disgusting, isn't it? Well, like, I saw this, who was having this debate lately? Like, do you let your dog, like, lick your lips, kiss you on the lips? And, like, I think a lot of dog owners are just, like, cool with that, even though I guess that is pretty disgusting. You are the same with the cats. You'll let them lick.
They lick my hands.
Don't you think it's kind of gross that you're letting them, like, lick the same spoon or out of a bowl that you're also eating out of?
There's a lot of things that are gross that humans do. So, whatever.
Okay. So Menchie's pretty guilty of this too. Let's just say 4. 30, my cat hides and jumps out on people or pets from behind doors.
Like a jump scare? Tries to freak them out? I don't
Do they
think
hide
so.
behind doors and jump out at you? Neither of them really do this. They'll occasionally play with each other in a way that they'll sort of spook each other. Who is more guilty of that, do you think? Who instigates?
Of spooking? Menchie. I think Menchie instigates more.
Which is interesting because, like, she's such a scaredy cat when it comes to everything else. But once in a while,
she's innocent. She likes to play.
She'll get in a mood with Zyler where, like, she'll sort of badger him and, like, antagonize him a bit.
Hey, girl, we're talking about you. It's like they know. They took turns. We didn't do this. But
So what are our scores, Christine? My cat hides and jumps out. Jumps
I'd put
out on
Menchie
people.
at a 4 and Zyler from a 2.
Yeah.
It's not really his style.
All right, 31. My cat disturbs pets when they are resting.
Pounces on them to wake them up. I mean, I think they both do that to us.
Yeah.
Not that we're resting.
I sleep so much better when we're on vacation. By the
Well,
way.
that's because you're allergic to cats.
It's both because I'm allergic, but also because it's been a long time since we haven't woken
Who's
up.
the real psychopath? Has cats, but is allergic.
Okay. That's irrational anyway. If they're motivated by food or they're hungry, then yeah, they'll wake us up when we're resting.
But they don't pounce on us.
Menchie did that when Menchie was a kitten. She used
to jump on us.
She realized a way of getting us out of bed was to like
literally
run
smack.
across your face, to like literally just like fall onto your head.
Literally run across step into your mouth.
Remember I went to work once with like a giant cut on my face from her running across my face.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, it's so violent.
Menchie.
Well, not anymore. She's an old lady now.
You're right. That was mostly her terrible twos, I want to say. So what do you think? There maybe a 3?
3, yeah.
32. My cat is aggressive during play with people. Interesting. Biting or scratching.
Menchie, not at all.
Menchie, like 0, 1. But Zyler's a little bitey. Barfy boy is a little bitey.
Yeah, but not like he doesn't mean it, you know? Like he bites, but it's like a teeth grazing. I think it's more of a control thing. He's not actually biting to cut through your flesh. He's just biting to be like, I'm just gonna hang out my teeth on your fist.
Well, because it's all in the threat. It's the deterrent.
Yeah.
He knows that he can scare you from trying to get him to do something.
He also never bites
threatening
me,
to bite.
so.
But is that totally true? Because he'll do that weird tooth grazing thing.
He does the
with
tooth
you.
grazing thing if you like irritate him the wrong way, but it's pretty rare. And when he does it, like, I mean, I guess I'm used to it and I know how to respond. I just let him bite my hand, and then he doesn't actually bite it.
Yeah, but the trick is to not react to it
Yeah.
because you're more likely to hurt yourself from like pulling away.
Yeah.
But like you can't count on people to
Yeah,
know
no,
that.
I know that. So if it's a stranger, then I would, give that advice, and I probably wouldn't want little babies or kids around my cat for that reason.
So he is a little aggressive in a weird
Yeah,
way.
I would say so. He can be if he wants to be, but like generally speaking, that doesn't describe him. But there is that rare circumstance, like at the vet, he will bite a vet.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
They have to put on those gloves and
Right.
sedate him. Yeah. So he's a 3 for
Okay, I put
that
him
one.
at 3.
Also, you know what's weird? Like, too, it's not like he's being antagonized in any way. It could literally just be like he's chilling, he's purring, he seems super happy. You're petting him. Maybe you just like pet him in a way he just decides randomly. He's just like not that exact location, and he'll just like go straight to bite.
Yeah.
Yeah. 33. My cat does not appear to act guilty after misbehaving.
What is acting guilty as a cat?
So Zyler, I think it's what you were getting at before, where Zyler like knows.
He knows he did something wrong.
Totally, and he'll kind of slink away and sort of. Is he guilty? No, I think he's just smart.
He's aware. He was
but
caught.
he's totally aware. Whereas Menchie, we often get the impression
She has no idea.
She's just an empty
Shell.
vessel. Yeah, there's like Mickey Mouse at a steamboat.
It's like Pinky and the Brain. That is the best analogy there. Pinky and the Brain.
So
Hey, Pinky, where's your brain? You
So
don't
it's the
have one.
opposite. Zyler's a 2, Menchie's maybe a 4. With respect to other residents, people or pets, my cat has control of common areas. Will displace them or others from rooms or furniture. So if we have a guest over and they're sitting in Zyler's chair,
Zyler will kick them out.
Zyler will kick
or
them
just
out.
sit on them.
He's more likely to just sit on them more than kick
like,
them out.
You're in my spot. I'm in your spot now.
But he does take control. He's
Yeah.
kind of like a 4, whereas Menchie will
Menchie's a
just
1.
literally disappear.
Yeah.
35, my cat dominates other pet cats, like chases or pick fights. This is the weird one because like Menchie will pick fights with Zyler.
But she wouldn't pick it with anyone else.
This is true. And she's
Only
doing it
Zyler.
totally from a playful perspective.
Because she knows her brother.
Yeah. I'm having trouble answering this one. So like not really. They're both low on this one.
But the question isn't just about picking fights. It's dominating other cats. I do think Zyler dominates Menchie.
Okay.
He bosses. I mean, he's the older sibling,
He's
so
a
that
4.
makes sense.
But I don't want to put her too low because she will
You
antagonize.
gotta give her
and-
some street cred.
Yeah, let's give her a 3. 36, my cat is aggressive towards other pet cats. Attacks, smacks, growls, or plays roughly. Menchie's been hissing at Zyler the last day.
Well, that's because he smells like the vet. That's
we
not
think
fair.
he came
Yeah.
home from the vet smelling like other animals, and,
And
she's
that
not
makes
happy
sense,
about it.
because this is the only time that we took Zyler and not her to the vet. When we take them both to the vet,
Usually
they
they go
aren't mad at
together.
each other after because they both smell like the vet.
Yeah, but I think they both will. Yeah, like when Jen has brought Bentley over, her
Yes.
little doggo, they both
Menchie will
want
smack
nothing
him
to
in
do
the
with it.
face.
Menchie will swipe
the
at
dog
him.
in the face.
Zyler too. Zyler's like more brave,
Yeah.
but they'll both be like pretty
Yeah.
antagonistic. So they're both
mean,
pretty high on
But
this.
that makes sense whenever you bring another pet into an existing pet's territory. Of course they're gonna.
And this might be the main reason we're not getting a third cat anytime soon. Because I
It would take a long
really
time for-
worry about
yeah.
how it would impact our dynamic.
We
Or
could
even a
only ever
dog.
do that if we move, and then we get a new cat at the same time as we move. That might
That's
be the
double
only.
the stress for them,
Yeah.
right?
But it's also like maybe the most realistic way to introduce a new situation so that all three of them could equally distribute their new territories in the home. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like evening the playing field so they can all get a fresh start together with the new sibling.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Crazy idea. Maybe our next pet is a dog. Because I think a new cat, like, they're all speaking their cat language. They're
You've
all
seen
on the
the
same
cats
cat
with
level.
dogs, though. They smack them in the face. And Bentley's a cutie.
You're right. Bentley is like the most
He's not
harmless dog
aggressive, yeah.
ever. And he was mostly just so sad that they didn't want to play with him. So that would probably happen to a dog.
To
if
any
we-
dog, yeah.
I think I would like a dog at some point in my life. Are you okay with
you gonna
this?
pick
How do you
up the
feel about
poop?
this? I pick up their poop now.
That's true.
I mean, it's all conveniently located in a single box, but yeah, if we had more space or more time, it's more of a commitment to have a dog.
When we
for
retire,
sure.
Ben. In 30 years, we'll get a dog.
30 years,
We'll be 63.
whenever you let me retire. 36. My cat is oh, I didn't score that one. My cat is aggressive towards other pet cats. What did we say?
I would say Zyler more. So 4 and 3.
4 and 3.
Yeah.
My cat displaces other pets from favorable positions. 37.
It's the same thing as displacing humans. So whatever we put for that score. 4 and 1. Yeah.
Is that right? I will say with these two, I know they're siblings, so it's a little different, but like they've basically decided what spots are
Are
each
theirs,
their
yeah.
respective places, right?
Menchie gets stream bed. Zyler
right.
gets the holiday bed in that nice gray chair. And
Canada Day
your
bed.
seat at the kitchen table where you have your computer.
Yeah, it is
Those are
interesting
Zyler
how they've
spots.
basically decided what their different beds or chairs are.
They both
though.
share this table, though, sometimes. Depends on their mood. Now it's Menchie. Half an hour ago was Zyler. Why? I don't know.
All right, 38. My cat dominates other non-cat pets. Okay,
like
so this is
dogs.
more, but I think the answer is basically the same.
Yes.
Yes. 39. My cat displaces other non-cat pets from favorable positions. I guess we only have Bentley to go. Have they ever met any other animal other than Jen's dog?
Zyler has met other cats along the years.
Before my time.
And maybe dogs before your time, but not many.
Tell me more about Zyler before I was
Nothing
around.
memorable.
What was Zyler like as a kid? Just tell us a Zyler
Drank a lot
story.
of beer. Smoked a lot of weed.
You're
Just
joking.
kidding.
She's
I'm
joking.
joking. Okay.
He did a lot of hard drugs.
He's reformed.
Okay, 40. My cat is aggressive towards other non-cat pets. What are all these questions about non-cat pets?
Like snakes. Imagine.
There was a snake
What?
loose in Ottawa at one point. Do you remember when that was in the news?
That was like one giant pet snake from some stupid person who had a giant pet snake for some reason.
But I remember it was in the news for weeks, like in random Ottawa neighborhood, a 12-foot snake is on the loose. And everyone was kind of freaking out, right? Because that's like, it's kind of terrifying.
Occasionally you'll hear the same story with like a bear or something was on the loose in somewhere that normally doesn't have a bear, like a part of a city, which you don't expect to have a bear. So this is Canada, everyone. Welcome.
But I mean, we're in Ottawa. You're not seeing bears.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess,
In parts of Toronto or maybe the greater Toronto area, there has been like a bear on the loose in like a townhouse complex story. And you're like, what? Because like there are no bears there.
what?
He just like traveled 2 hours from, a park or
It's
something.
a bear from like a traveling circus.
No, man, I don't know.
We actually have like a bit of a coyote problem in the outskirts of Ottawa, I would say. So I know people with like tiny dogs who live way outside of the inner city do actually have to kind of worry about that a little bit.
Okay, so
Anyway,
are they aggressive towards
not much to say. We're
non-cats?
just repeating the same answer.
Or one.
Hey, here's a question. If we got a tank of fish, would they be eating those fish like within the hour?
Yes.
Yeah, both of them, you
They'd
think?
probably request that we cook them.
Yeah. How would they make that
They would
request?
fish them out and then they'd pick them up and throw them with their mouths at us onto the stove. And then eventually we would just meow at us, expecting us to hit broil.
I'm just picturing Zyler like a Pixar movie. He's like Puss in Boots and he's just like going to town cooking it himself. 41, my cat dominates me. He chases me, attacks me. Zyler's biting.
He doesn't chase, and neither of them chase or attack
Yeah,
us.
no, I chase him.
Yeah, right.
Right? -3. No, this doesn't describe
No.
either of them at all. 42, my cat doesn't like being pet. Will back away, bite, or scratch.
Not true.
So it's not true of either. I'm just going to give Zyler a 2 instead of a 1 for Menchie, because he does do this weird sort of Jekyll and Hyde thing where he'll just
But
randomly decide.
Only to you, and like not that often.
No, he does it to you.
No, he doesn't.
46, my cat is aggressive towards children. I would be concerned that my cat would harm a child.
Well, we wouldn't know
These questions are getting more
because I wouldn't
serious.
let children in my house.
Yeah, we took him for a walk once.
Years ago, we took him for a walk on the leash by the condo, and there was just like a group of six-year-old girls.
We were outside a museum, and a bunch of small children
They
came
flocked
up.
to him.
And I don't even think they asked. They just immediately started petting him. And
Well, they're kids. They don't ask.
if they have any manners, they would ask.
No, they don't.
Anyway, I recall before I sort of pulled him out of there, I was really concerned he was going to fuck those kids up.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's outside. It's a new space. You would be scared too if a swarm of people's double your size.
But my recollection is he was totally cool with it.
Yeah, he didn't mind.
Didn't mind because they all just started petting him. But if he had bitten one of those kids, that probably wouldn't have been a very good scene.
No.
Yeah. So I would not trust Zyler around children.
Yeah.
We had a acquaintance once be like, I want my young child to be exposed to cats at a young age. I guess they thought that might make them less likely to be allergic. And I had to tell them, I'm not willing to let my cat be an experiment for your baby.
Yeah, and we don't want to accept liability for something happening. I think that's our reasoning.
And I wonder if there's even any truth to that. Like if you expose your baby, it's like,
maybe.
Do you roll your baby around in dirt so they're
Just
less likely to be
or
allergic?
You can't take them to a cat cafe because they have rules about not
Children
letting kids under
interacting with the
13
cats.
for safety reasons.
Well, at our local one anyway.
Yeah, but I think that's a
probably
good
kinda
rule,
true.
and that is basically the logic we were implementing. We don't want the liability of our cat potentially
I'm putting
biting a child.
Zyler at a 4, I think. Menchie would be terrified, and I wouldn't want to put her through the experience. Mm-hmm. But I would not be concerned about her doing anything.
Right.
At all.
Yeah, put her at 1.
3 questions left are statements. 44, my cat is aggressive towards new people.
Zyler, no. He loves new people. He's like, hey, who are you? Where are you
He's
from?
very
What's your story?
Private detective cat. Zyler is so no.
She's not aggressive. So I would also put no.
They're both low on this one, yeah.
No.
45, my cat displays sudden mood changes, purrs when being stroked, but suddenly bites.
Okay, that's
5.
Okay, but only around you.
What do you mean? He's only ever around me.
What? What do you mean he's only ever around you?
What do you mean only around me? What other examples
He doesn't do that
you
to me.
Christine, he will go to bite you.
Once. Maybe twice.
Once a day.
No. You're wrong.
Menchie, does she have sudden mood changes, even if it doesn't result in...
I don't think so.
Not
She's pretty
really.
consistently mopey, cutie.
Mopey. She's happy. She's happy.
Dopey.
They're both happy cats, by the way.
Yeah.
They're both very happy.
Yeah. They're good cats. That's why, like, the stereotype of cats being, antisocial, hates you, hides under the bed all the time, and is useless does not apply to our cats at all.
Yeah.
Our cats are incredibly friendly, generally speaking. They want to be around us. They want attention.
They're social
They show
and
affection.
affectionate, yeah.
They show that they appreciate you, and they are, like, a bonus to have, as opposed to annoying. Like,
I've always thought this, like, dogs, like... dogs will love you so easily. It's almost like not
unconditional
rewarding.
love.
Yeah, whereas to earn the trust and affection of a cat,
You got to put in the work.
Is much more meaningful.
Yeah, because they actually love you, not just they love you because they're so dumb they don't know.
So 0 sudden mood changes from Menchie. Let's say that. And then 46, last one. My cat purrs when attacking people or animals.
Purrs when attacking.
Zyler stops purring to attack.
Yes, correct.
Right?
Yes.
So this is 0. And it's
then
almost
after
like
he attacks, he purrs.
back to purr.
No. I put 1. That's weird. I've never heard that before. I would love to see a video of a cat purring while attacking.
It's probably a bad sign.
Yeah.
Because that is...
I love this violence.
Well, actually, I don't think they even totally know what purring
It's like a
means or
serial killer, like
signifies.
smiling while they're murdering or something.
Yes, dude. But I mean, from our anecdotal experience of when they're purring, it's when they're very
Relaxed.
content and happy and...
Not when they're attacking.
Yes.
No.
All right, let's look at the results. Zyler's total is 156 cumulative points. Menchie's 121. So we've got 5 dimensions here: boldness, disinhibition, meanness, pet unfriendliness, and human unfriendliness. So let's go one by one. For boldness, Zyler is 3.58, which is describing him between moderately well and very well. Menchie is a 2.58, which is like very average in the middle, slightly lower. I would have thought Menchie would have scored even lower on boldness, but definitely not surprised that Zyler is significantly higher than her. Disinhibition, Zyler scores 3.83 to Menchie's 3.42. So this is the second block of questions. Disinhibition.
Who's more mean?
All right, meanness. Zyler's a 2.78. Menchie's 3.56.
This test is flawed. Menchie is such a sweetie.
What was
Her
she
bio
mean
says
about?
she's the world-class sweetie.
Is it because she tortures her toy animals?
Maybe.
Pet unfriendliness, Zyler is a 4. Menchie is a 1.57, which basically reflects she runs away. And for human unfriendliness, Zyler is a 2.33 to reflect his more complex demeanor. Menchie is a 1, which I think represents the lowest she could have possibly scored. But she is unfriendly and terrified of people. She's just not at all aggressive or mean towards people because she doesn't have the opportunity to.
So it's not a factor of unfriendliness. It's a factor of, like, scared.
Yeah. So
being afraid.
And who knows if this is meaningful at all, but as a total
we have some
score of
feedback
everything.
for the questionnaire creators.
3.39 for Zyler, 2.63 as their cat try plus total score.
So is there any explanation about at which point a cat is a psychopath?
Is there a threshold? I don't think we're going to read too much into this. I would be very curious for a follow-up, though, after they've had a bunch of people take this test, like where the averages are. Because really, these results are only meaningful to the extent you might look at them in comparison to other cats and see just how different cat behavior is across different pets, right?
So it looks like there isn't a threshold, at least on the article I can see online, that we can use to say, yes, 3 and above is a psychopath.
All right. Well, let's just assume, like good pet owners, that our cats are way better than other people's cats, way above average for good things and below average for bad things.
What was the total score again for Menchie versus Zyler? Just for relativity, we're only comparing Menchie against Zyler here. We don't have the scores of all the other pets in the world.
Zyler's a 3.39 out of 5 psychopath. Menchie's a 2.63 out of 5 psychopath. And really, like a lot of this is maybe an indication of how much your cat is not like... A lot of the things that they seem to imply are like meanness, disinhibition, unfriendliness, comes from, an evolution of cats needing to be more aggressive and things to survive. Did you kind of get that impression too? Like a lot of the things that would give pets or cats higher scores here are just the kind of behaviors like a cat in the wild would need to have.
It's their survival instinct.
Whereas like the more domesticated your cat is, I think the
less psychopathic
yeah,
it is.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and I do feel like our cats, compared to the average stereotype of a cat, are less psychopathic. Because people who aren't pet owners or who don't have cats just think cats, are kind of like a crazy bitch or something. Like, like they hide.
They both are very low on the human unfriendliness scale, which I think confirms our bias or anecdotal perspective on this.
Yeah, but it's because they're scared. It's not because they don't like humans.
If anything, it makes sense to me that they scored low on human unfriendliness because we think they
are friendly.
At least more friendly to us, and we are humans.
Yes.
Yes.
They love us. They would be nothing without us. 400,000 followers on Instagram, nothing without us.
We would be nothing without that.
That's more true. Yeah.
That is the more true
statement. Are our cats psychopathic because they have their own Instagram accounts? Or does that make us psychopathic?
Makes me
psychopathic because I managed it. I'm like their momager.
Oh, God. Yeah, this account managed by mom.
Don't forget to follow Menchie the cat and Zyler the cat on Instagram.
All right, well,
cute pics daily.
Merry Christmas without the H, everyone. If that's the sort of thing you do. I hope you have some Christmas tacos.
Yeah, it's Christmas very soon. Did you guys finish shopping? Because it's probably too late.
Probably.
Happy Taco Tuesday.
Happy Taco Tuesday.
Or turkey.
Maybe have some ice cream tacos for the holidays.
What about turkey tacos for the holidays?
I don't know about that.
That's actually a good idea. We should do that.
Is it?
Why
Have you
not?
ever had a turkey taco?
Someone should start.
Maybe not.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all later. Bye.